The first three shots of the game, the serve, the return of serve, and the third shot, are keys to playing good pickleball. Today, we're going to talk about the serve, what makes it legal, and what makes it effective. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's CJ Johnson. Today we're going to talk about the serve and what every savvy pickleball player needs to know to make it legal and to make it effective. But before we do that, if you haven't done so already, please give me a little love. Hit that subscribe button down here on the side. You'll get a notification anytime that I post a new video. And I'm going to be starting a live show in the next couple weeks, so it'll tell you when I go live. Let's start today with the serve, talking about what are the things that you need to do to make it legal. So there's three things that make a serve legal. First of all, the contact has to happen below the waist. And in the rule book, the waist is defined as the navel. So contact with the paddle and the ball happens below the waist. Number two, the arm needs to be traveling in an upward motion. So here, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Upward motion, contact below the waist. Number three, the paddle, and as in this case it's defined as the paddle head, which is absent to the grip, needs to be below the wrist. Here it's below, here it's above. Let's look at it from the side. Here it's above, here it's below. So it has to be below the wrist. I see a lot of players make contact in front, make an upward motion, but they have the paddle up here to the side, and the head of the paddle cannot be above the wrist. So here's what it looks like when you're serving. Now that you know what makes a serve legal, what makes a serve effective? Number one, it has to be in. You only get to score points while you're serving. So it's crucial that you don't give up that opportunity. Point number two, you want that serve to be deep. When it's deep, it makes for a more difficult return of service for your opponent. If you hit that serve short or really short, you bring your opponents into the net even more quickly. And let's face it, pickleball is one of the few sports where you are on the defensive while you're serving. So you need to make sure that you send that serve deep. Now, not everybody can make a hard serve go deep. So when you go out to play, make sure you experiment a little bit with the trajectory. What does it look like? How hard is it? How soft is it? The goal is to make sure that you get that serve really within 3 feet of that baseline. Point number three, now that you got it in and that you have it deep, the bonus point is to get it to your opponent's weaknesses. So when you're playing against people you already know, you understand if they have a hard time with a high shot or a hard shot. Is their backhand better than their forehand or vice versa? So when you're playing against people you know, you have an advantage. You should be serving to whatever their weakest return is. If you're playing against people you don't know, more often than not, start with the backhand. For most of us, the backhand is a weaker shot than the forehand is. So start by serving there, see how well they do, and if you need to, make adjustments after that. Now you know the three keys to a legal as well as an effective serve. Bonus note, there is only one place in the rule book where it talks about where you have to stand on the court, and that has to do with the serve. So what you want to do is click on the link that's popping up above, somewhere up above here. It's going to take you to a blog post and it's going to show you exactly where that is. Now come on back next week, we're going to talk about the basics. When you look at good servers, they look really different, but you know what? They have a few things in common. We're going to talk about what makes them good servers. If you got value from this video, make sure that you give it a like or a thumbs up or leave a comment down below, because together we can train smart, live bold, and age well.